Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well, teach His truth in all honesty and sincerity. Salutations to you brothers around the four corners of the earth that push His truth in all honesty and sincerity with great diligence to wake up the hopeful elect of Israel. Double shalom to you Akim that come looking like the heathen, but you are in fact of the stock of Israel, and you hold near and do this truth and follow the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities wherever you may be scattered. And shalom to the few sincere Akwathium that listen and learn in silence, playing a creation role as the Lord commanded you to. This is your brother Azar from GMS St. Louis, coming with a lesson. And I'll title it, Their Children Multiplied for the Sword. If they be multiplied, it be for the sword. Concerning Edom. You know, see a lot of Edomites, the younger generation, joyous about having children and start creating families, and you see a lot of the mid 20s to 30 something wanting to have children and multiply, have seed. Like I've been noticing, and it's mostly the women. Now you have a lot of Edomite males who are frustrated and outraged that their numbers are declining. Esau is dying at a faster rate than they are being born in the earth, and it's all for the sake of the nation of Israel. The Lord is setting His face against Mount Seir, which is Esau Edom. Mount Seir being their chief habitation place of the ancient times, but in these days, in these times, it's Mount Seir can be related to wherever Esau is dwelling, man. As well as Basra. Those were chief cities of Edom, and today America would be considered as a Basra or a Mount Seir, because this is their stronghold for the most part. I'm gonna jump to the book of Job, chapter 27, and I'll start at verse 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh, and the heritage of oppressors which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. You have a growing number of Edomite women or Shedemites who do not feel bad for the Edomite man. They really are coming out and exposing just how disgusting, how low down, how vile, how wicked, the Edomite man is, man. Exposing his dirt. And that's all the doing of the Heavenly Father. And you see, this is one of the curses that was strong upon Jake, man. Our women looked at us as we're nothing. and looked at the Edomite male as the standard of how a man should be. And now you have in these times, the Shedemite woman is looking at the Edomite man in that way, like he's nothing, like he's really, as he should be, the lowest of the low. Go to the book of Deuteronomy 30 and verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. You see, the Lord is lifting the curses off of Jake and putting them on Esau, man. And you can see it, you know. You can see it happening, manifesting in these times. And that's Yapa. That's beautiful, you know, for the nation and for the sake of Israel. Let me go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, and I'll start at verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall the end of the first, Salakia, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau is the end of this world. And we see the so-called white man is ruling, but that world is coming to an end. And guess what? Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Jacob is going to be in rulership. The nation of Israel is going to be in rulership after this current world rulership passes, man. And it's not going to be pretty. There will be a war. You know, no one just lays down their rulership, man. You know, every nation fights to keep the rulership. And Esau would be no different, man. He's going to resort to violence. And that's just the way the Lord has it. You know, but he will be defeated, and the nation of Israel will be ruling. Go to the book of Jeremiah. Chapter 49. And I'll start at 10. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? You see Esau moving real sloppy these days. You know, their witchcraft is wearing off. You know, they're unable to move deceitfully as they have been, and their secrets are being exposed. Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. If grape gatherers come to thee, will they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have had enough. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup concerning concerning Jacob and the Israelites, they were, it was not for them to drink of the cup of the Lord's indignation. Behold, those whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. So Esau is not going to go unpunished for the things that he have done in the earth, for the atrocities he have committed against the world, especially against the world of the Israelites, man. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. I have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together, and come against her, and rise up to the battle. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen, and despised among men. And you see Esau is being despised among the nations. Like, he is the most hated now. And it went from the Israelites being blamed and hated for, the most hated, and now the world is seeing that Esau is the true culprit. He is the true criminal. And that Esau wasted away is he in Hebrew. That Edom means red, and they've been caught red-handed. Crimson, criminal, all that is synonymous with Edom, man. Verse 16, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Also Edom shall be a desolation, every one that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. And as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall the Son of Man dwell in it. So the Lord is going to make the house of Esau desolate, man. They're going to be destroyed, taken out of power, and thoroughly dealt with by the Heavenly Father at the hands of his people, Israel. This is Malachi, the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord? Yet I love Jacob. You see, Israel get caught up in the captivity that we're in, and the judgments that we have received as a nation, and say, well, if the Lord loved us, well, why are we going through this? And the answer is because of our iniquity as a nation. Because of the wickedness that have built up as a nation of people. The Israelites have done wickedly, man, and the Lord chastised us, put us in captivity after captivity, man. And the Lord is the one that's going to redeem us. You see, let me go to the book of Second Maccabees. This is the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 6, and I will start at verse 12. Now, I beseech those that read this book that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for a chastening of our nation. For it is a token of his great goodness when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished. For not as with other nations whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish, till they become to the fullness of their sin, so dealeth he with us, lest that being come to the height of sin, afterwards he should take vengeance of us. And therefore he never withdraw his mercy from us, and though he punish with adversity, yet doth he never forsake his people. But let this that we have spoken be for a warning unto us, and now will we come to the declaring of the matter in few words. You see, the Lord doesn't let the nation of Israel stack up iniquity on iniquity, sin on sin on sin. He punishes us, man, so we don't reach the height of wickedness as the other nations do. You know, so this is a merciful thing that the Lord is doing, man. He punishes us, but he doesn't do away with us, man. You know, and he's going to restore us, you know, to perfection. Go to the book of Ezekiel. Chapter 25 and 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. So, you know, the tribes of Edom, man. It's just like Israel has tribes. Edom has tribes within that nation as well. Verse 14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by my hand, Salakia, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, who are the so-called Latinos, Native Americans, and Negroes. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger, and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord Yahweh. You see, because the Lord is keeping the tab on all the things that Edom has done to the nation of Israel and against the world itself, against the animals, against the trees, against the oceans, you know. And the Lord gonna put his fury into his people, man, so they can get Esau the way the Lord see fit for him to be dealt with. Let me go over to the 35th chapter. And I'll start at the top. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men in thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. And I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. You know, see, the Lord is not gonna let Esau get away with how he treated the children of Israel, no matter how much time has went by. This is Isaiah chapter 14, and I'll start at verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. You see, we're going to rule over the oppressors, being the men of Edom. You know, we're going to have them in bondage, just as they had us in bondage. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. You see? And we're going to put that hardcore bondage on the nation of Edom till they be destroyed. Go to the book of Amos. Chapter 9, and I start at verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, said the Lord that do this. You know, so the Lord is not going to forget Israel. He's not going to forget what you heathens have done, especially the nation of Edom, man. If you multiplying as an Edomite, it is strictly for our sake, for destruction, you know, for our handmaidens and our servants, man, because you will build up the kingdom of Israel the same way we built up this raggedy piece of shit kingdom in America. Go to the book of Obadiah, and I'll start at verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Talking about the nation of Edom. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. So the southern kingdom and northern kingdom gonna come together, and the house of Esau for stubble. They're gonna burn up the house of Edom, man. They're gonna destroy it. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. You see? And when the Lord sends out word, it doesn't come back void. It happens, man. I'm gonna read one more. This is Psalms chapter 137, and I'll start it from the top. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yea, we wept when we remembered Zion, because our people were taken from the land of Israel. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof, for there they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of those songs of Zion. You see, today they call them those old Negro spirituals. But our people were singing about the land of Jerusalem, man. Going back to our home, being carried away with those spaceships, man. With those chariots of Israel, which people are calling them UAPs or UFOs, but those are chariots of Israel. And they will come and be the part of our deliverance from out this hellhole. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. You know, like destroy it. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee, as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. You know, and that day is approaching, man. Israel will execute the vengeance of the Lord, man, against the nation of Edom. You know, our recompense is nigh, and our salvation is closer than we imagine. You know, so hope this has been an edifying lesson. Your brothers and sincere Akwathim, you know, just keep pushing, hold what you have, be content, and just strive for the end goal, man. Keep pushing to finish the race. You know, pray for strength, pray for endurance in these upcoming times, because it's gonna get worse before it get better. I'm gonna say Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah, and Abba Ball.